Let's look at the port's concession deal. That's how it is called?
Yes, the port concession.
What really inspired this deal?
Thank you so much. Actually, there has been a continuous port expansion project from the PPP days to former President Jammeh to now. And I think this is the fourth port expansion project. The interesting thing between now and what we've inherited was that there have been a study into the port of Banjul. You know, following the change of government, you know, there has been a renewed confidence in our democracy, and a lot of people that are based in the diaspora or even those in this country have started building new houses. Some of them engage in new businesses. So you can see the level of import coming in has kind of like tripled from its original figures. And there was this report that was done to warn the government that from 2017, within 5 years, if you don't improve the port facilities to allow bigger vessels to berth or to call at the port of Banjul, some of your traffic will be diverted to neighboring ports. And we are in that reality today.
Yes.
So, based on that, since 2019 or 2018, government has been engaging different players. You know, the Chinese were here.
The car port.
Yeah, the
Dubai
port wall, and several others through direct negotiation. You know, but the terms were deemed unfavorable to the government. And now, when I came in, I already found a process initiated. In March of 2022, a process was initiated to do an international tender process to have a concessionaire to run the port of Banjul, to work with the government. And when I was appointed, we expedited this. We had about 10 international experienced port operators that actually showed interest through their letters of interest and the bids. And then the procurement committee that was set up to look into this comprises several ministries, the GRA, GAIPA, and I think the Attorney General's chambers. And the ultimate objective is to do a procurement process to select the most responsive bidder so that we can have our port facilities modernized. In the process of that, Albayrak became the most responsive. For two reasons. One, what they put on the table, and also the risk that they are taking to do a deep sea port.
What have they put on the table?
All the financing that is going into the project comes at their own risk. Gambia government is not putting any money on the table. For example, if you look at Banjul, which is a port that is operational, we are going to operate there for 6 years. And they are going to put in, I think, 19 million euros to improve all facilities there. And then start the construction of a deep sea port in Sanyang. While they are operating Banjul, the Sanyang deep sea port process would also be initiated. And within a short period, before the end of the concession period for Banjul, which is 6 years, they would have already, you know, finalized the operations, the process in Sanyang. Now,
what is the project in Sanyang? What is the project in Sanyang?
This is in excess of $420 million.
Okay.
The Gambia government is not putting any money on the table.
And you think in 6 years, they will
Before
not,
that, our
they
target
will
is
not
before
be
that.
able to make that from these Banjul ports?
No, it's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible. Even if it is possible, any money that is made from Banjul is put in an extra account. You cannot touch that. You cannot use the land in Banjul as a collateral to get any funding or financing outside.
Okay.
And the reason why we put it in the extra...
And the money also will not be touched?
No, they cannot, because, you know, we form what we call the SPV.
Okay.
So this SPV, the money that is gained from Banjul, the profits, are put in the escrow account. When I say money, because this is the profit.
The profit.
Their profit, their share of the revenue,
they will take.
They can take that one.
Okay.
But the profit cannot be used to build or to use for any other thing. It is put in the escrow account.
So what is their share? They own 80%.
So they own 80%.
And we own 20%.
We own 20%.
So we can take out 20%. Oh, that is what is put in the vehicle.
No. That is, your 20% and their 80% is when you say the revenue, the profit, you put it in the escrow account.
Okay.
All right. And then, in addition to that, before they even share any revenue, what we call the gross income, the gross revenue, as whatever you earn in the year, 4% of that comes to us.
Okay.
You know what that means? This is actually more than what the Port of Banjul has been generating after they have paid tax, after they have paid their staff, and all other commitments.
Okay.
All right? So, unfortunately, when you form a company, your share is determined by how much you put on the table.
Yeah.
And it is surprising to hear that people are saying that we sold the port because...
No, I want to come into details because this is very important.
Yes.
So, the concession is 6 years
for
Banjul, and they are going to invest 19 million in Banjul.
And they take over all the staff.
They take over all the
On
staff.
the same terms and conditions as they are employed.
Yeah.
The operation staff. Because remember, we have not concession out everything in Banjul.
What have you concession exactly?
Is the operations and also the management.
Okay.
But all other services, especially relating to security, mooring services, all those things still remain with the Gambia government.
Okay.
And also the harbour activities.
Okay.
The harbour, that's why the harbour master is still part of the port authorities side of the management.
Okay.
So those things still remain.
Okay.
And the other thing is that because I saw a very interesting article by a Gambian based in the US. What if Albayrak is not able to meet these financial terms and conditions? Well, the risk is on them because every stage of this concession, we have designed it in such a way that Albayrak has to bring in guarantee that are cashable. For example, you say you are going to build, Sanyang within this number of years, or you are going to do X number of steps. You are not able to do that. That is guaranteed by
a certain
bond. And you have to provide that bond. So if you are not able to meet that bond, that is cash back.
And they have provided.
Exactly. All bonds have been, and that is why I was surprised, because Albayrak has made all its conditions precedent. All right? It is the Gambia government that has not met some of its conditions.
So I'll come to that. So after the 6 years.
So for example, if they don't deliver, the risk is on them.
Okay.
Because for us, we have the risk ourselves in every aspect. You cannot use our properties for collateral. You cannot use the profit in Banjul, to invest it in Sanyang in a way that is not actually approved, So everything that we do in this contract is guaranteed through a collateral system whose risk is on Albayrak, not on us.
And after 6 years, they will start building the Sanyang seaport.
No. Before 6 years, it is simultaneous.
Simultaneously.
Yes,
simultaneously. But you are already having issues in Sanyang.
Well, that's understandable because you see, when you have a new project of this magnitude, and people don't seem to know the issues, there will be a lot of anxiety.
They said there has not been any consultations.
Well, I mean, because the process for Sanyang at that time did not start. Okay? Remember, the reason why Sanyang came in the equation was that in 2013, there was a detailed study by Royal Haskoni, based in the Netherlands, that did a study from Bijilo all the way to Katong, because they already knew that the port of Banjul was going to face with a lot of constraints related to, climate change risk and all those things, siltation. Annually, the port authority is spending, nearly $50 million for, dredging. That is not sustainable because you have to be dredging continuously. So they did a study for the Gambia government in 2013 to advise government to use the option of a deep sea, port facility. And when they did the study, all the, study that was done, it points out to Sanyang as the most suitable place.
Yeah.
However, what the report did not indicate at that time was where exactly the location should be. All right? And that is why when Albayrak came to know about the existence of this report, it took the risk to say that, look, with all what we want to do, to invest $250 million in Banjul, and every year you are going to spend additional 50, is not sustainable. Why not we take the risk? We go to Sanyang and then do a proper study for the location of a deep sea port. Unfortunately, because that has been said and government has taken that very seriously, the Sanyang option is now a reality. It's an irreversible option.
Yeah.
Now, where the difference is, and understandably for so, with the people of Sanyang is, where are we going to have this? That's where we are coming to now.
Yeah.
Because we are coming to do the studies and we've involved the VDC of Sanyang.
But the VDC, they met you. They met with you, obviously,
yes,
when
they met me twice.
Yeah, when they came out and accused the GPA MD of not consulting and all that stuff, you guys had a meeting with them. They acknowledged that meeting, and they really said they were really happy about that meeting. But you promised them a master plan that will help them determine where this is, who is affected. That would just give
that's the next stage we are coming to.
But they said they have still not gain any master plan,
yes,
but also no other updates apart from that meeting, no updates to them.
True. That is true, because I think there was some mistakes in the way the initial entry was done. Because remember, you don't have a master plan, say the exact location, where it is going to be, how, those ones are not available, as I told you. That is going to be determined by the ASI study now that we are coming to do. Right? However, before that was done, there was this consultant that was done to do what we call a scoping. The scoping is different from a survey. And he went and started dropping leaflets in people's homes.
Yeah.
That was scary.
That was scary for people.
And I have to admit this, Fatu. For me, I have been to Sanyang. I have not seen anybody who said he's not interested in
No, they are very interested.
They are very interested.
Yeah.
But how we are going to do it, that's critical for us.
For
me, I totally agree with that. Because projects of this nature will require that you do a broad consultation and, not only consultation, but, you work together. And that is why now, even before, when this whole talk of deep sea port was being, said all over, the community of Sanyang came to me, led by the former MP. And remember also, these are my first cousins, blood relation. And they first expressed their support, but that they don't want to be left out. And I promised them that we were going to do that. Now, when they raised these issues, I gathered the elders of Kombo, all the chiefs, the 7 chiefs of Kombo, the Council of Elders of Kombo, the original 13 villages, settlements of Kombo, their alcalis, their Council of Elders, led by the governor. We went to the community in Sanyang, we met the Council of Elders, we met the alkali, we met the VDC, and we met the task force. And the discussion was first to announce to them of government's intention to build this deep sea port in Sanyang. And then secondly, to also announce to them that we are ready to work with them and involve them in the steering committee. And in fact, we have written to them to have our first steering committee meeting this Tuesday coming. And from there, then, the technical committee of Sanyang VDC and the steering committee will be sitting to, prepare a framework of entry and how they are going to do this, studies for site location and then site identification. And then, because the overall objective of the government is to minimize the risk of this project.
But how ready is Albayrak if they don't have a master plan?
No, it's not a master plan.
There's no master plan
No.
for this deep sea port in Sanyang.
Fatu.
They don't. The people.
Fatu.
Let me tell you, the people of Sanyang, they have categorically made it clear they are very much interested
Yes, I
for
know
their
that.
community to have something
I know.
such an investment.
Yes.
But they're also very concerned about
Yes.
their ecosystem. They,
Of
they are
course,
concerned
of
about
course.
that.
We
They are
are all
concerned
very
about
concerned about it.
people, the residents of people some people who even have one property. But they're also more concerned that there's not even a single master plan that can give them an
Because,
idea as to what is going to happen.
That's what I've been telling you, that the project scope will be determined by the site identification and the type of size that will be needed, either from the beach side inward or from the beach side towards the land. All these things will be there. And then that's where from there, after you have done all that, you have identified the land, you have identified the site, the type of port that they want to build, that is already there. Like, this is the port plan that I want. But that plan has to be exhumed on a land so that you can get it right. So that's what they need. Because like any investor that wants to, when you are participating in an international tender like this, of course, you develop your own plans. But are those plans, able to meet the expectations of the client? Maybe or maybe not. So those stages are premature at this moment. Within the next 3-4 months, when the site is identified and the size of the land, either towards the sea or towards the land, is confirmed, then you will exhume that in the site. And all these documents will be made available to the committee. That is going to be, because nothing is going to be implemented in Sanyang without the direct involvement
of the community.
Oh yes. In fact, that's why we put them in the committee. That is why we said they should be part of the implementation committee of this very important project, because you need to fulfill 3 things here. 1, the expectations of the community. 2, the local content, but also the environmental concerns.
Yes.
So those ones, there is no two-way about that. You have to meet those ones, because these are projects that require that you meet those standards. They are international standards. You cannot beat about it.
So there were a lot of some GPA staff who also have expressed frustrations about this contract. This Albayrak contract. They believe, it's not worth our money, is not worth our time. To those staff and the concerned people, what do you say?
Well, it is always important that grievance mechanisms are put in place in project implementation of this magnitude. Naturally, I don't expect every member of the staff to be happy. But that notwithstanding, their concerns should be taken very, very seriously. When we finalized this concession, the first thing that we did was to sensitize the staff through the management of the Gambia Ports Authority to know what is in there for them.
What is in there for them?
First, everybody is going to be, those on the operations, they are all being maintained under the same terms and conditions, if not better. And also, certain issues that they may not be happy with, it is important that during those engagement processes, those were addressed. And this was done in a very open, transparent manner. Because, Fatu, no matter what, even if Albayrak had met all the conditions, even if they had, provided all what is asked for under this contract, so long you don't have the buy-in of the local staff, you cannot work. So that is why for us it's very critical. And we took that very seriously, so much so that on several occasions, the MD would organize an outdoor with his staff in a very open, transparent manner for people to be sensitized and their opinions sought. Also, regular managements are conducted. For me as minister, I am in the management forums of all my agencies because we coordinate much easier that way. And I can assure you that dissent in opinion is very much encouraged. People really are free to express their opinions to the MD. This is the management one, and it is completely different from the operational forums that they have. So for me, I always encourage that. And that is why when we see comments that are claimed to be from the management about certain processes, we take them very seriously because they are the insiders.
Yeah.
They are the ones that are feeling this thing. They are the ones that can make and unmake, this process. They can make it work, but they can also stall it. So it is important that we have the buy-in. You may not have 100% buy-in, but it is important that even those ones that are not convinced, you still carry them away.
Yeah. Is it possible to have the Albayrak, is it Albayrak? Albayrak contract public? Because, the reason why we want to, we want to see the fine dots. We want to see what happened.
For me,
why Albayrak was chosen over all others, because we have seen what Dubai Wall and others are doing in other ports, right?
Yes.
That is something that we want here.
Of course.
So
and
a lot of us are concerned. And because there are also allegations that who brought Albayrak into this country.
You see,
the allegation is, I'm going to be fair. Me, I like to say it. First lady Lenat. That is why your hands was twisted and they were giving contracts.
You see, let me tell you one thing.
That's what
the way this contract committee was constituted, there was no way that you can hamstrung or twist the hands of a minister and then make it happen. It's not possible. Because, let me tell you, it is on 3 layers.
Okay.
In fact, 4. The first layer is at the GPA level and their technical staff. The second layer is the technical committee, comprising permanent secretaries of finance, works, trade, and a solicitor general. And included in this committee also was the chief of staff, the
chief of staff.
Yeah, because office of the president was represented.
Okay.
The GAIPA CEO and also GRA represented. That's the technical committee.
Okay.
Then you also have the cabinet subcommittee, which comprises the Ministry of Works, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Trade, Attorney General's Chambers, Ministry of Lands, and I think another Ministry of Environment also. I can't remember. But that is the cabinet subcommittee. Then, beyond that also, there is the cabinet approving authority, where all these things are also taken to cabinet. And decisions are robustly discussed in a most engaging manner. Look, if the bigger international companies like Dubai Port Wall, also Yilport, the Saudi Red Sea Gate, and others, if they were not fairly treated, you would have had this all over. These are big multinational companies. I can assure you that when even the deep sea port option was floated, none of them was ready to take the risk. Only Albayrak. None of them. None of them.
So you want to say the First Lady has no hand in this?
No hand. No hand. At least for me, nobody came to me.
Okay.
You see, when things happen in this country, it is always sad that people will come up with wild allegations because they want to stain other people.
No, Ibrahim, no, because the reason, I mean, people have said they know her connection with Albayrak. So obviously, if they get to get this contract, then that will raise eyebrows. We have seen here where the first ladies found it. Actually, I had this conversation with somebody here, and I mentioned you, and I said, Ibrahim for Amalal, and that person was going ham on me. I think it was it Sekou Balo or something?
Yes.
About the FAB Foundation, 25 FAB
I can't remember.
That 30 million, I don't know, whatever $1 million that was in her account.
That was the truth.
But those people were later on awarded contracts.
Where?
At NAWEC. At NAWEC.
I don't know that.
Of course.
NAWEC is not under me.
And they are awarded contracts.
No, NAWEC
so these are things that we will always flag, we will raise.
Yes, I know.
That is why when it's alleged that she has contacts with these people and she brought them
people can flag anything.
Even the airport VIP lounge. There have been allegations about her involvement there. That is also under your
VIP line.
The services, somebody. So these are allegations. But I'm just telling you that.
You see, I think because
I'm telling you.
That, you see, let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
When you have social media platform, a lot of people can come and be giving you all kinds of information.
No, I don't have. I have a media platform.
Yes.
Can you give us respect? We have a media platform.
A media platform anchored on social media.
Like Kirfat, a big media platform.
Kirfat anchored on social media.
Thank you.
Because you have no presence on terrestrial.
That's true.
You are on social media.
But when you say it like social media, it looks like...
Yeah, but it qualifies because for me, I am a journalist.
Yeah.
All right? That's my training.
No, but you guys, whenever you make reference, you always say social media. No, we are a media platform. We are social media.
Kirfat media platform anchored on social media.
Thank you.
Yeah? Okay, welcome. Give me that due respect as your senior.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. So, I'm just telling you that, we live in a very strange society where people, for some of them, they may be carried away by the flow. But some are doing this outright, with outright intention to destroy the image of people. Coming up with opaque and, unimaginable stories about people. So you think a whole government can be so, much in a situation where one individual comes and turn your hands as they're trying to portray. That is far from the truth. You see, the truth of the situation is this. Multinational companies that participated in this, if we were not doing the right thing, we would have been taken to court by now. You know that. They can go to court and claim that, we have treated them unfairly.
Since you are not here to fight,
yes.
I'm not going to pursue this argument.
Because,
I will leave it at here. I will leave it at this. What you said, I'll let the viewers take that.
Let the viewers... Sometimes what people say,
but these are... And it is important for me to bring these allegations to you to clarify.
But that is why I
because these are allegations that have been going on. And
we cannot stop people from making wild allegations. But we also have the right to defend what is the truth.
Because we have seen people who have paid money into the First Lady's account and they have been in contracts. So, we will ask. And that's why I'm asking.
People will say anything to tarnish the image of good people.
Okay.
Especially in the age that we are in today.
Okay. And that is the final thing about that. So